Now, am I audible? Hello, hello. Hi guys, hi guys. Okay, okay, okay. Perfect, perfect. Give me a second. So, yeah, hi guys. Hi. We have 2 more minutes left. So let us wait for some time. Meanwhile, let me greet everyone. Okay. Hi Raji. Hi Danush. Hi Pujit. Hi Faiz. Hi Fidos. Hi Sudeva. Yeah. Hi Bhagyalakshmi. Okay. So yeah. So far, how's it been going on? Like, how's this internship so far? Yeah. High fives. How's this internship so far? And how's the tasks? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Nice. So yeah, we have also been working on the upgrading our setup and all. So maybe if you get some technical glitches, please do not exit the live session. Meanwhile, I'll fix them and I'll come back. Okay. In case if something happens. Okay. Hi Nikita. So we have 12 people currently watching right now. So what about others? So do you think that attending team leaders is just fine so that you guys can lead others and you guys can talk to everyone? Let us wait for some more people. Let us wait for your team members. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I think it's good to start. So, yeah, as you guys know that you have been given the task that the task is you have to find out the execution plan of your sprint one. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss about. So we told that each and everyone needs to prepare a document, and while preparing the document, we found some issues, and people are struggling with that. So basically, this live session is all about it. So what we are trying to do is we gave a task, so people are facing some struggles on completing that task. So what we thought is, why don't we capture a live session on how to accomplish that task, and if you get the same task again, so what you could do in such a way that you can perform it even more better in the next iteration. So okay, so it's all about iterations, right? You need to grow by iterations. Okay, so that is what this live session is. So let us take a look at each and every document what our interns made till now, and let us go through each and every document and let us review them, and we'll also give some suggestions on that. And after that, finally, we'll discuss about how to do these kind of tasks, how to do these kind of tasks in a better way. Okay, so that is what this live is about. So hope everyone will enjoy this. Okay, so let me. Which team do I have to pick first? Any polls? Is there any option for the poll? Yeah, there is an option for poll. So which one do I have to pick? PFM? Shall I pick PFM? Okay, there's a poll. Shall I pick PFM? Let us see. Okay, PFM has 100% majority. Okay, so who else? Who else? Who else? Or shall I pick? Shall I pick ACM? Let me raise a poll. Let me raise a poll again. M poll, okay. That is fine. Wow. I think PFM team people has a lot of fan base here. Okay, shall I pick ACM? Okay, what do I have to do? I think 50%. 67, okay, 50. Quite interesting. Why do we have less numbers? Okay, 57, 62, 50, 62. Okay, nice. It's nice actually. It's nice. Okay, what I'll do is, guys, this is the first time I'm also playing with the polls. So please give me a moment. Add option. We have options. Okay, great. Okay, so which team? This is the final poll. Okay, which team shall I pick? Okay, the team name is PFM. Let me come order wise. ACM, PFM, PMM, and we have Dan. And what is the team? Other team we have. Oh my God, we have only four options for the poll. So I'm leaving one team right now. So let us see which team will get the highest score. We'll pick that team. Okay. PFM 100%. Okay. ACM 50%. Okay. PFM again. Oh, now the numbers are varying. Yeah. I should have done this earlier. It's not a problem. Okay. Okay. 29. Okay, let us wait for 10 more seconds and let us. So the PFM and DAM are in competition. So they both had 29% and 29%. PFM 33%, 29 again, 33. Okay, okay, okay. Finally, PFM is in the lead. It has 38%. What about ACM and PMM, guys? Don't you don't want your document to review in the first itself? No? Okay, fine then. Let us end the poll. Okay, as VS choice, I'm going to pick PFM. Okay, so this is the poll which I got. Okay, let me go to the PFM document. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. Okay, so is it visible? Please let me know if it is visible. Akash, please don't edit right now. Okay, great, great. So it is visible, right? So let me check. So the task one for front end on sprint one, packaging of front end and adding new features. Okay, so so the subtask is add new action types. So what to do? Implement new action types in Redux action creators. Ensure each action type is to provide it. It will include payloads. Okay, how to review current action types. Add new ones for Lighthouse metrics. Update action creators to handle data, fetching data. Okay. So basically, okay, the task for PFM team in sprint one is, as far as I remember, that is establishing the connection between front end and back end, right? Is that right, guys? Okay. That too is present. Yes, Rishi. Yes, Rishi. Great, great, perfect. So coming to Lighthouse metrics, enhance UI components, implement notifications. Okay, error and success notification. This is good. This is considerable. So what I would do is I would do that, and testing and validation, validate the action types and UI updates work as expected. Okay, write unit test. Mm, unit test is not a primary action which you have to do. So this is not the main concern. Okay, I will update through the comments. Okay. So coming to actions, reducers and components, the integration tests, the Flash backend. So you have written the front end tasks, right? So where is this Flask came from? So make sure if you mention that it is related to front end, so make sure you should not mention anything related to the back end. Great. Okay. So do not mention backend tasks here when you have mentioned that this is for front end. Great. Documentation, different new action types, UI changes. Okay. This documentation is fine, but the thing is, one who is going to read this document will not get much clarity of what you are doing. The document, okay, so the document what you have prepared, it is like this. Only the people who are studying, the people who actually prepared the document can actually understand it better. But by studying this document, the feeling, I'm not getting the essence of what you are thinking. Okay, so that is the major thing what I have observed. But as you mentioned that you are going to add new action types for what? Okay, that would have given a better idea of what you are going to add on. Okay, and after that, updating the state management. What are you updating the state management for? You're getting the point, right? So you should update the state management. That is fine, I understood. But for what feature, at which case, at which scenario you are going to update the state, and for which use case? Okay, so you need to focus on these minute details also. Okay, so coming to display lighthouse metrics. Display lighthouse metrics means, let me go through that again. Design UI components to present an overview of performance metrics from lighthouse. So basically, if you observe here, you are mentioning, let me share it again and let me show you the exact point where I am speaking on. Okay, so I am speaking about here. Okay, so basically what you have written is design UI components to present an overview of performance matrices from Lighthouse for mobile and desktop views. You have written you are going to get the data from Lighthouse. Okay, when there is no connection, how are you going to get the data from Lighthouse? Okay, so there is no connection at all. So what you I mean, I can understand the essence of what you're writing means in future we'll get the data from Lighthouse. So keeping that in mind, we need to design the UI components in such a way that we can display the data, right? So that is what you have mentioned, that is what your thought is. But the thing is, now we don't have any data, any connection. So you should not mention it like this. What you can do is, when the connection is established, you'll get a data, right? So that data, I mean, the data which we are going to get after establishing the connection, that data we need to render it in the UI. So that gives a clear idea of what you are going to implement now. Okay. So enhance UI components. This is good. Enhancing UI components is also good. But let me go through this again. So what you're telling is update and create components to support new metrics and visualizations, such as implementing spinner component. Okay, this is actually good. This is actually good. So this one, update or create components to support new metrics and visualizations, such as implementing spinner component while data is being fetched. It is a good thought, the PFM team. So what you're trying to tell is, till we get the data, you're going to show the spinner component, right? So that is a good innovative idea. So good. Okay. Maybe you can keep it as innovative thought. Okay. Okay, so far I'm good with this friendly task. Okay, now let us go through the backend task. Okay, what is this? Use dependencies. Okay, great. So you are trying to figure out what are the dependencies you have for the front end tasks, right? So Redux Toolkit simplifies Redux state management with a concise API. You don't need to keep these all. I mean, or what you can do is you can just keep Redux and people wait. Yeah, people, it is good. It is good. It is actually good to keep a small brief of why you are going to use Redux. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. But Axios for making API requests to fetch performance metrics from the Flash backend. That is also good. So React router to switch between views and components. Okay. Okay. This is something interesting to talk. Okay. This is a important thing. Let me take some moment. Let me take a moment and explain you what I'm going to say. So basically, if you observe, why do we use React router? So we use React router just to routing stuff, right? Routing from one page to another page. But when you're working on a specific module, you actually do not need routing. What you have to do is you have to control the logic using the components itself. I mean, suppose if you're clicking on, there's a tab. Let us assume that there's a tab. You have performance tab, and you have accessibility tab, and you have some more tabs. If you click on the one tab, you'll get some content of that tab, right? Suppose if you clicked on performance tab, you have what you have to do. You have to display the content of performance, right? So if you click on accessibility, you no need to route to another page. Instead, you can just display the component of that page. Okay. So when you're working inside the module, you should not do routing, because routing is handled in the central layer of the main project. I mean, the main layer of the main project. If I want to speak with respect to React, then what you have to do is you have to add the routing inside maybe app.tsx, which is not there in your module. Okay, so you should not take care of routing. So this is not it should not be there. Okay, great. I'm going to look at the comments once I complete this module. Then you can ask me any questions if you have one. Lighthouse API client, if applicable, specific client library for interacting with Lighthouse, great. So React notifications, great. This is also good. Loading spinner, fine. Fine. These are the packages which you are going to install, right? Okay, I understood. Coming to the backend, identify the connection between front end and backend. So front end to backend flow, okay, user interactions, files involved, okay, get allowed controls, okay, get allowed controls, okay, get overall load controls, fetch data for controls, okay, API requests, that is also good. So you don't need to add API.js because you have a service already. So you don't need to add any new API.js file. So instead, what you can do is you have to actually mention the names of the APIs what you are going to add there. Okay, that actually helps. If you are fetching the data of performance, so what you have to do is you have to mention the name of that API, like performance API.js. That actually gives a great notation of what you are doing. It gives a better idea. Okay. Okay, but still, this is in the front end, right? So inside the front end, you should not write API.js. So inside, you have to write the name of the API.js or TS, whatever you are using. Okay. So data handling, files involved. Okay, send responses, global state, render updated UI. So this document is kind of a bit of clumsy. I won't say that it is totally clumsy, but what you are trying to tell me is instead of defining the tasks, instead of defining the story points or epics, what you are going to work on, what you are trying to do is you are trying to generalize how you are going to do the task. I mean, you have to you can generalize, but This is a bit more deep. Means if somebody is, if any other viewer or if any person is watching this, they won't understand the what is this fetch data for control.ts. Instead, you have to generalize the uh, explanation what you are trying to keep. Okay, so you can use some generic names, that is handlers, controllers, central hub, state management, and the main component. You should mention like that. Okay, so summary of flow diagram. Flow diagram, this is actually good, but it will give a very good essence and very good understanding if you actually draw a diagram and if you keep it. Don't worry about how you are going to draw the diagrams. You don't want to use Excalibur always. You can write, you can draw the diagram in pen and paper, and you can just paste that image. Okay. Subtask one. Oh my god. What is a subtask for? Okay. I think I understood what you're saying. Passing APIs using Axios and event source polyfill, modify the functional response for fetching data. Okay, guys, I think I understood what are the modifications you had to do in your document. I will go through this again and I will add detailed comments. But by the end of this video, what I will try to tell you is I will try to help you in such a way that how to prepare a document. Okay, while preparing the document, actually you should start with the first page. Should start with by seeing the first page itself. One should be able to understand what is there in the document, and suppose if one of your team member is working on that subtask, he should be able to navigate to there directly. So you need to prepare documents in that way. Okay, so by seeing the first page itself, you should be able to navigate to your task and you should be able to do the task. Okay, so that is a main concern. Okay, so yep, I think I'm done with the PFM team. So which team should I have to go next? Should I have to look next? So maybe which team we need to take next? I know there is tab 2 Pavan. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay. Give me a second. This is quite confusing. This is quite confusing. So what you are telling me is this tab 1 is for front end and this tab 1 is for this tab 2 is for back end. What is this? Let me refresh it again. So this tab 2 is for backend. Am I right? Okay, good. So let me check packaging the backend application, ensure that structure all the files in the application, implementing action types, creating routes for API requests from the backend, from the front end. Okay. So implementing input documentation for every file in the application. Okay. So identify and terminating the dead code. Okay. Developing the developer documentation for the entire application for sprint one, task two. So what you're trying to tell is you have divided into tasks and subtasks. Okay, good. So connection between front end and back end, server side events, logic and flow, managing action types within. So the same review goes for you too. This is for the people who are working in the back end for in PFM team. Uh, you know what I mean, let me tell you something very important thing. So while you are preparing the document, see, we are on live, right? So we are discussing how your documentation all, right? So what helps much better, so what should you have to keep in the document in such a way that I have to get the context of exactly what you have written in the document. It won't help if you write everything. It will help if you keep if you suppose you have a task, you have a subtask. Okay, so in subtask what you have to do is you can keep a small diagram or you can keep a small all you have to do is you take a white paper and just draw whatever you want to do or whatever you want to say in the subtask and paste it on the top. So by seeing the diagram itself, I can get that very fastly. Okay. So and I can understand exactly what you are thinking. But by studying these, it will take a lot of time, which won't actually which won't help actually. Okay. So try adding some images and try to maintain the navigation and all. That way, one of the person in your team can easily navigate to the page or easily navigate to the page or section or the task or the subtask what he is working on, and that way we can track each and everything. Okay, so this document is good, but we cannot track through this document. That is the main concern. Okay, so okay, let us shift to the next thing. Okay, who should I have to pick for? Okay, before shifting to next thing, do you guys have any questions like the PFM team or anyone else? Do you have any questions on the document? Let me go to the comments now. I'll look into the comments. Who are there in this PFM team? Let me check. So in PFM team, we have Akash, Pavan, Firdos, and Faiz. Do you guys have any questions on the document? Yes, doubts about document. So we have been reviewing till now, right? So we did review your document, right? So after the review, what have you understood? Mock data, should we include it in the sprint run? Mock data for what files? Do you mean by like the backend? What is the data which you are getting from backend? Are you speaking about that mock data for performance metrics representation? Uh, See, in sprint run, what you are going to focus is you are going to focus on overview bar, overview of the website audits. Okay, so yeah, maybe Lighthouse Metrics is a good word to start with. So inside the Lighthouse Metrics, you are not actually using all APIs, right? So in sprint run, what you are focusing on is you are just building the overview part of this application. Inside the overview, you have four circular progress paths, which will just display the progress of performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO. You have to mention it like that. Okay, so that actually helps. Okay, so if you are speaking about those four circular bars, no, we don't need to. We don't need to develop any mock data for that. Clean. Is that okay, Files? Okay. So what about uh, Pawan and Akash, do you guys have any doubts? Walk through to the next document. Let me start a poll again. So, which document should I have to? Should I have to review? Okay. So here, what I have to keep the left team change ACM, DAM, and guys don't put ACM. Okay, ACM, DAM, and NDM and PMM. Okay, I started a poll. Okay, so let us wait. Let us see some interesting discussions here. Okay, great. NBM 50. Wow, wow, wow. ACM 45. Let us wait. Okay, so there's a competition between ACM and PMM. Okay, asset customization module and premium management module. That is great. So there's a tie between ACM and PMM, guys. Come on, cheer up. Support someone. Support any one of them. I'm waiting for one vote. It's still on time. Okay. So we got 41 for ACM. Let us discuss about ACM. Okay. So I'm sorry, guys. The poll is ended. Okay, the poll is ended. Okay, good. No, no, no. Why is it still showing 38, 38 again? Okay. Okay, let us pick PMM as people are requesting for PMM, right? So let us pick PMM. Great. Let me share my screen and we'll go through the PMM document. So this is a PMM document. Okay, great. So the sprint one tasks, UI layout and basic customization. Great. You have mentioned the task. What is the exact task you got? Okay. And coming to introduction, the task is to create user interface, layout, and review management module. This includes implementing a sidebar for navigation, set of tabs. Okay, that is also good. Fit the layout. Nice. So vertical view of Android and iOS tabs. Okay. So horizontal view of Android and iOS devices. Okay. Uh, what do you mean by horizontal view of Android and iOS devices? Okay, this is kind of confusing. Let us go to the next task. Display selected device in the center. Okay, nice. Ensure the team is applied to all changes. Okay. Final style suggestions. Implement the suggestion. Test cases. Okay, git a push. Fine. Creating flowcharts. No, 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 no. You have to create the flowcharts first. You have to create all documents. Then only you have to push your source code. Okay. Devices will display horizontal when separate the tabs. I got it. I got it. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, fine. Let me start discussing about the document what you have given. I'm not going to share the screen now because I have shown the document, right? So if I wanted to specifically show this part, this specific part, then I'll share the screen and I'll show that to you. Okay. So yep, the review for the PMM team is, if let us assume that I'm reading for the first time, I'm reading this document for the first time. So what are the chances that I can understand this document? Okay, the chances are very less, right? So you have written that the task is UI layout and basic customization. That's all. So instead, what you can do is you can add a small image on what do you mean by layout and customization. What is your previous layout? How you are going to change the previous layout to to achieve this task, what are you going to change and all? Okay, you need to mention these kind of details. Okay, so diagrammatical representation helps a lot for anyone uh, who reads the document or who tries to who evaluates the document. It helps a lot. Okay, so try to keep some diagrams. The task breakdowns. I'm pretty much happy with the breakdowns what you guys have done, but for each breakdown, I suggest you to keep image. For this breakdown, you just have to draw what you're going to do in that subtask and just keep that image. Then I think this document is quite good. And uh, coming to another interesting thing, that is, if you observe this document, suppose let us assume that you guys are four members in your team. Okay, so let us assume that you have eight tasks. Okay, so now each person is doing two tasks. Okay, so suppose let us one guy open this document. So what he have to do? He have to navigate. He have to scroll through the whole document and he have to look for where his task is. Right. So instead, you can add some navigations that will actually help. The respective person will reach to the respective subtask very fastly. Okay, so that is my suggestion. Yep. The rest is good. The rest is good. Okay. Okay. Let me come to the comments and let me read them. Bhagyalakshmi. Okay. Let me go to the team group and let me check who are there in this team. We have. We have. Where is this PMM? Come on, guys. Where is this PMM? Okay, I got it. So, Bhagya, do you have any questions? Or do you have any queries, or you need something? You need you, or do you want to tell me to review this specific part? That is also good if you wanted to review the specific. If you want me to review the specific part of the document where you have doubt, or Bhavani, Devi, Prasanna, Nusrat, is everyone good? Shall we update the document? Yes, you are going to update the document in the format which we are going to discuss in the ending. So you have to wait till I review each and every document, and after that I am going to tell you what should be the exact format of the document in such a way that you can create the document more efficiently. Great. What about Devi Prasanna and Nusrat? Are you guys good with the review? I mean, do you want me to review any specific part of the document? Okay, great. Thank you, Nusrat. And Devi Prasanna. Okay, fine. What is the next document which I had to review? Let me check. We completed this PMM, we completed this PFM, and we have ACM, NDM, and DAM. Perfect. Let me start a poll again. Next. So maybe I have to keep ACM, NDM, and oh, I forgot to add another option. We have the damn team. You guys haven't ACM 100%. Wow, wow, guys. Wow. NBM 17, ACM has the highest majority, 75%. Wow. NBM 25%. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, let us end the poll now. So I'm going. Okay, so I'm going to look at the document, the ACM document. Okay, asset customization module. Okay, so the sprint task. This is not, you should not write sprint task. It should be sprint one. You have to mention which sprint it is. Which sprint task he was speaking about. Okay. So UI layout and basic customization, that is fine. Task breakdown, layout design. Uh, Layout design is also good. Modularizes components into package, preview panel, control panel, how to do CSS flexbox, implementation of tabs. Okay, create a tab system to toggle between different sections like clip art, background, and preview. So how to do clip art, tab styling. Okay, good. So what you are telling is there's a tab in that we have. Wait a second, I have to share. I forgot to share my screen. Okay. So what you are trying to mention is you have a tab, and inside that you have a tab option that is clip art, right? So coming to the background tab, hmm, background tab, it's okay. Preview tab, it's okay. How many tabs do we have? So there is no clear differentiation between what is this clip art tab, what is this background tab, and what is this preview tab. What do I have to understand? What will what someone will understand by reading this document. So you are going to implement it document. I mean, you are going to implement some tabs that is a kind of this way. What I'm trying to understand by your document, that is what I'm trying to tell you. So inside that you have a tab that is clipart. So let me keep it as CA, and we have another tab that is background. That is background, and we have preview tab that is preview here, right? So zoom functionality for preview. Okay, zoom functionality for preview. User should be able to zoom in and zoom out the design preview. So, I mean, the task, what you are going to keep, I kind of understood the essence of what this document is. What are you trying to explain? But, by seeing the document, let me stop screen sharing and explain it. Okay. So the review of your document is, it is like this. The same thing goes for you also. The document, the review what I have given for the PMM team and the PFM team. If and this document will be, one can understand this document if and only if he knows about this task. Okay, so he should, if he is actually involving in the task, and if he is actually aware of what you are doing exactly, then only he can understand this document. Else, one cannot understand this document. And the next thing is the way how you have mentioned that uh, tasks or the breakdowns, those are not pretty much clear. So what you can do is you can actually add the images of the mockups which we gave for you. That actually helps for better understanding. Even if you give your mentors, if you give this document to your mentors, they can't actually understand what is actually running inside your mind, what are your thoughts, what are your innovations and all. They cannot actually understand through the document. Instead, what they have to do is they have to engage with you guys through the call to understand the document. Okay, so that is a main problem with this document. So what I would suggest is add some images and clearly define each and every task with its own scope, some overviews, some descriptions and all. Okay. Okay, so next, let me go to the chat and let me uh, answer the comments or the queries which ACM team has. ACM team, let me open the chat also. Let me check ACM. Okay, so we have Nikita, Devarshini, Husaif, and Surya Yadav. Do you have any questions, Nikita, Devarshini, Husaif, Surya Yadav? Do you guys have any questions? I hope. Did you guys understood the review what I gave? Did you guys understood the review what I gave? No, I'm fine, Rishi. Okay. No, Rishi understood. Okay. Okay. Great. I mean, the team members, individual team members are responding. So I'll also, shall I expect a review from Devarshini? Uh, are you good, Devarshini? Okay. Great. Fine. Fine. What is the other document which I have to review it? Maybe in the previous poll we have NBM is the next priority, right? So let me check to the document of NBM. Okay. Okay. Let me share the screen. I mean, I'm very sorry. We have multiple screens, and I'm the only one who is navigating through all the screens. Okay. So this is the documentation of NBM. So task breakdown, fix the layout, what to do, how to do, dependencies, make the layout to fit the whole screen, and also style the left side bar, side tabs. Okay, dependencies, make default actions as a sidebar and header. Okay, good. I understood. Distribution of CA spaces. Okay, 70% to the left and 30% to the right. Great. Mobile view. What to do? Okay, header, primary, secondary, dummy controls, other styling sessions from the team. Okay, implementation of sessions. Okay, testing, development documentation, user diagrams, verify. So the flow of the document is good. The flow of the document is good, but the same comment goes to you also. Uh, if and if only if I am familiar with the task what you are doing, and if I'm engaging continuously, if I have been engaging continuously till this point with you, then only then I can understand this document. One can understand this document. Else, one cannot understand this. I mean, someone who is watching this document for the first time, he cannot understand this document. Okay, and it is very tough to understand what you are actually thinking and what you are actually doing in the respective stories, uh, without without having any images or without having any diagrams at all. Okay, so that is the review which I have for you, NBM team. Let me go to the comments now and let us check whether NBM team has any queries or not. Flow chart is at last. Okay, let me reshare the screen. NB navigation builder, fix the layout, change the CSS in navigation builder module. This is to make the content fit whole screen, change CSS, NBA, NB feature controllers, and NB control controllers to our instance as designed. This is this is interesting. You guys try to keep all the tasks of what you are doing. I mean, what I understood is, let me capture a screenshot and let me even go through a bit. Okay. So what you guys are going telling to me is, so this is the main, this is a team, and this is a subtask, and this is a subtask, and this is a subtask. So these are the tasks, right? So, and to do the task, you are going to follow this methodology, or you are going to follow this process, or you are making sure that you have to complete all these subtasks. Then only you are making sure that this task is completed. You have to complete these all tasks to complete this task. Is that you mean in the diagram? You meant in the diagram? Suchendra Sudhima. Okay, so that is good. So I appreciate it that you guys came up with a flow chart, what you are thinking on, but still, this flow chart means, I mean, this part is clear for me. I mean, this section is clear for me, and the same section you also have written in the subtask also. But what you can do is you can actually paste that diagram, whatever you want to keep. You can actually insert it here. I mean, where it is, insert a horizontal line. I mean, in the place of this horizontal line, you can actually divide the diagram into multiple parts, and you can keep that whole, instead of keeping whole diagram at the last. What you can do is you can keep a whole diagram in the starting itself, and what you can do is in each and every subsection you can divide the diagram. If you see the document, wait a second. If you see the document what we have given for you for the sprint, as a sprint document where you have all your sprint tasks assembled, right? So if you see the document, you have the overall architecture diagram, right? And after that, we explained each and every section of the overall system diagram separately as a separate subtask or separate subcomponents, right? Suppose let us take the example of central hub. You have the diagram of central hub in the explanation of central hub also, right? So you have to divide the diagram into multiple parts, and you have to keep the specific part in the separate specific subparts also. Got it? Is that good, Sudeva, Suchendra, and Karthik? NBN. I'm just taking the team members. Yeah, Suchendra, Sudeva, and Karthik. Is that good? You guys understood? Okay, okay, great, great. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions, or shall we go to the next document? Okay. Meanwhile, we have another comment that is a interesting question. Every time, why the damn team is last? Okay, I wanted to answer this because the damn team is literally like uh, the last part of the product, but it is not the least. If that is not done, assume that everything whatever we have done in the starting, uh, that is all. I won't tell that it is a whole waste, but without that we won't have a proper finish. So we need to start last, but that is the most important thing which we are focusing on. That is the most important module to which we have to focus. Okay, I hope you understood the reason. Okay, fine then. I'll start with the damn thing. uh, Let me check the documentation link. Give me a second. Okay, I got the document. Let me share the document. Okay, so the sprint one task is the document. Oh, task for sprint one. What do you mean by documentation, Pujit? If I'm not wrong, Pujit. What do you mean by documentation? Okay. So layout, design a responsive layout to adapt all devices. Is this the damn thing? Okay, deployment module. They have written the diagram, right? So I can correlate. So design a responsive layout. Okay, focus on parameters such as width, height, margin, adding to enhance responsiveness. Great. Remove unwanted spaces. Okay, fine. Tab styling, fine. Form handling and designing, fine. Required fields, fine. Developer documentation, fine. Flowchart is fine. Oh, okay. Flowchart, the seventh part. Flowchart means what I mean. What I meant to say is you have to deliver the flowchart. It is not like inside the flowchart you have to keep the flowchart diagram. That doesn't mean like that. Okay. So inside the flowchart you have to mention that you are going to submit the flowchart diagrams for each and every task. Okay. So comments on the code testing and review. Okay, GitHub version control. So there is no room for suggestions and suggestions and implementing suggestions. So what you have to focus is you also take reviews from your mentors and review from respected team people, whether they are good with the UI or not, whether they are good with the modifications whatever you have done or not, and you have to re-implement you have to do some you have to go back and rework again. Okay, so that is not, there is no scope for that specific part in the document, but you have to mention that. Okay, okay, fine. I Okay. So coming to the review of your document, so what I wanted to tell you is the document is not easily navigatable. So the person, I mean, any one of the person in your team, he cannot actually navigate to his task without scrolling and without even, I mean, instead of looking through the whole document, I mean, or what you can do is you just have to add some navigations in such a way that he have to navigate to his exact uh, specific task just with a click. Okay, so you have to write the document in that way. Okay, so and after that we have the same feedback. What I'm going to tell you is that is the same feedback which we gave for NBA module. Instead of keeping the whole diagram at one place, you can divide the diagram into multiple parts. Okay, and you can actually add some interactive images in such a way that okay, if you're clicking, if user is clicking this, I'm going to change this. You need to add some interactive images in such a way that user or the reader can understand this document even more better. Okay, so that is how you need to focus. Okay, so let me look into the chart. Well, actually, I mentioned it, but as a point. Do you mean by suggestions? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, suggested by mentor. Okay, this is I can see this. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. So you're talking about the specific part, this part, right? That is actually good, but you can actually keep that as a separate individual task instead of keeping it as a bullet point. You have to mention, you have to highlight that a lot. Okay, when you're doing when you're working with respect to some other module. Okay, okay. Do you have any questions, Pujit? And who else are there in your team? Let me check. Okay, Pujit, Danush, Nagendra, do you guys have any questions? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nagendra, what about you? Are you telling on behalf of your team, Pujit? Or okay, Danush, no, Rishi, thank you. And what about Nagendra? Nagendra, are you good with the review, or do you want me to review any specific task? What you have mentioned in the document? Okay, I think Nagendra is not here. That is fine. Okay, now comes the interesting part. Let us take one team as an example. I already uh, kept a small image of which team I'm going to discuss about. So I'll take the same team itself, and after that we'll figure out the tasks what we are focusing on for sprint one for that team, and after that how I'm going to prepare the document. I'll show you on live, and I'm not going to document each and everything. And I just wanted to explain you what is the flow of the document. What should be the flow of the document? Okay, so that way one can understand the task what you are doing even more better. Okay, if you see the documents whatever I have reviewed till now, if you see the same document after 5 years, you won't be able to understand or you won't be able to come to that respective point very fastly. So that is not I mean more feasible solution. Okay, so let us come to the interesting part. Let me share my screen and let us also uh, take a team as an example and let us review the document. Meanwhile, do you guys let us have a small discussion? Okay, so these are time to have fun, guys. So feel free to ask any question. Like, how is the task uh, been so far? Like, is that difficult? What is the difficulty level? It is moderate or easy or very difficult? Let me run a poll. So far, easy, medium, and hard. I mean, before jumping into the main part, I just wanted to take some reviews of what is the task, how is the task, and so on. Okay. Uh, I mean, you might have thought, right? We gave the document. I mean, we gave the task that to prepare a document. Is preparing a document a separate task? Why are people are expecting that we need to prepare a document instead of writing the code? You might have gone through with lot of questions. You can ask those and all. Okay, it is not medium. Okay, good, nice. No one felt it hard, man. That is great. You know, the toughest part for me in development is the documentation part. I keep it as hard. I mean, if any person raises this poll 100 times, I'll just keep it as hard. Okay. Okay, nice. Easy, 33%. Nice. Nice, nice. Let us wait for 5 more seconds and I'll end the poll. Interesting. Interesting. So it is like 20% easy and 80% medium. So you guys can see the poll now, I believe. Yes. So, uh, I mean, this is I wanted to actually ask this question that is, did you, okay, I think this is good. Did you really like this task? Actually, it is liked. That is fine. Yes, wow. You guys are not honest, I guess. 3 votes, 4 votes. Come on, guys, we have 16 people and we got only 6 votes, 7 votes. Okay. Okay. Only 7 people like this task. Others haven't liked this task, right? Am I right? I think 9. Okay. 9 votes. Why is it fluctuating from 9 and 8, 9 and 8? Okay. It's interesting. Okay, give it a thumbs up. Okay, let us wait for 5 more seconds. I'm waiting for one no at least. No, 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 no. No one is giving no. Okay, it's been almost a minute, so let us come. Let us go to the next question. Okay, so how can we select no to that? Okay, that I appreciate it, Pujit. Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I mean. To be very honest and to be very frank, while I started my development, my mentors used to give me the task of preparing the documentation. At the time, I was actually feeling that why people are giving me this tedious task for me. This is very tough, and I am a kind of person uh, who doesn't like documentation and all, who doesn't like documenting stuff and all. In the starting, but now I got habituated with the documentation process and all. Now I that is actually important. I'll tell you why. Okay, so okay, guys, let us start discussing about the task what we are discussing. Okay, okay, okay. This module is related to ACMT. Okay, so we have two diagrams here. This is the module which we gave. I mean, what we can say is previous module. Okay, sorry. It should be like current module. Okay, guys, please focus. This is actually important. Okay, so current module, and this second part is the future scope. Okay, future scope or the update the module which it should be like after update. Okay, so what do we have currently? We have a single box like this. Okay. The first thing what I will observe is what my eye or what one can catch is this is very small. Okay. But coming to this is kind of quite big. Okay. This is kind of quite big. So it is occupying the whole area, right? So what I will write the first task as is, so first I have to fix the layout. Okay, I won't worry about the controls. I won't worry about whether I have to remove some controls or not. I won't worry about anything. What I'll worry about is fixing the layout first. Okay, and the second task what I'll think on is, here we have two images, sorry, two tabs, that is clip art an image, right? So, but here we have a single tab that is clip art. Okay. So what I'll do is first the second task. What I'll do is I will figure out the task. I'll figure out the tabs. Okay. So let me write it down. So the second task is fix the tabs. Okay. Next one is the next thing which I'll be able to catch is what I will catch is here we have only 6 icons, but here we have multiple icons. Right here we have multiple icons, and if you observe closely, here we have search bar, here we have field, but in this we don't have that search and we don't have that field, right? Here we don't have. Where are they? They are missing, right? So what do we have to do? We have to focus on the search and field. So what I'll do is, okay, what I'll do is in the third place, I will add the search and I will add the maybe that is style button, right? Style drop down. What is that style? It should be icon style drop down. Style drop down of icons. I'll keep it like this. Okay. And coming to the fourth task, what will I answer? So here, I'll come to the next part. That is the icons. We have only 6 here, and we have plenty here. We have plenty of icons here. So means here we have a styled drop down, the icon style drop down, right? So it means one can assume that we are going to display the icons which with the current selected style, this one. So it means our mentor or in our sprint documentation we might have that too. So if you go through here, if you go through this here, we have 5 types, right? We have 5 types of styles. So what I will write is add add at least 20 icons. This number may vary. Okay, this number may vary. So add 20 or some number of icons for each style to the project, not to the UI. I'm just telling that for each style to the project. Okay, and the fifth one is, and the one other thing is, if you are adding 20 icons for each style, so definitely you have to add some scroll bars. This specific part. Let me show you. This specific part should have a certain width and height, right? So I will focus on that certain width. I'll focus on certain width and height with scrolling. Good. So coming to the sixth part. So we are good till here. Okay. What I'll do is I'll take a review. I'll take a review in each stage. In each stage here there is a review one, there is a review two, there is a review three. For after completing each and every task, we need to take a review. Okay, and R6. Okay, so coming to the sixth part, where is this? Okay, so here we have this tab, that is the tab has icon and background, right? So we need to implement 2 tabs, that is icon and background. Okay, so what I will do is implement 2 tabs, that is icon and background. Okay, coming after that I will take a review again. After that I will style those tabs. Add some styles. Okay, styling those tabs. Okay, and after that, I'll take a review again, R7. So styling those tabs means we are using Material UI, right? So it won't take, I mean, it has some previous styles and all. So what I'll do is I'm using some default styles. So do you want me to improvise the style of I mean, of the tabs? Okay, so you need to ask or you need to give those type of options. Okay, and coming to the eighth one, here in icon we have a color or a color control, right? So coming to the icon, we have a color control. So what I will do is I will add a color control. Okay. Coming to the ninth part, we have been focusing on the whole controls, right? The whole control area. Let me name it as, we can say it as control area. Okay. But till now, we haven't focused on the preview part, the preview area, right? We haven't focused on the preview area, right? So what I'll do is I mean, we have two options. Either after implementing each and every control, we can iterate through this preview area, or else we can come to this preview area at the last. Okay, so that is those are the two types of approaches. So the approach what I would prefer is while taking the reviews. I mean, suppose if you see this task, fix the layout. Okay, here I will take care of preview too. Okay, here I'll take off preview too. So that I mean, the benefit of this approach is you can actually whatever the controls you are doing or whatever the stylings you are performing, you can actually correlate with the preview and you can actually see it in live. I mean, that is a kind of end-to-end flow. User is interacting with the control and you are able to see the preview. Okay, so it is not like user interacted with all controls and now user is coming to see the preview. So we are giving the live preview. That means while user is interacting with the controls, you have to show the preview also. You can get that type of user level feeling if and only if you are focusing on each and every task. At the same time, you should also focus on the preview. Okay, you have to fix the layout, you have to take care of preview too. Here you are fixing the tabs, you have to take care of preview too. In each task there will be an additional task or uh, whatever we can name it, like additional task or a subtask, that is we need to take care of preview section too. Okay, so after all this, you need to ask your assigned mentors that this question. You haven't added any control for the background. I mean, you haven't added any UI for the what do you say? UI for the background selection and all. So, do you want us to add or not? You have to ask this question. Okay, and let us assume that if you are adding something for the background, so you need to you need to add another control in the background tab. Add another control. Add another control in the background. And also sequentially you'll also not sequentially in that itself you also get the preview thing. Okay, so coming to the 10th class, now you have to focus on the flowchart diagrams, and now you have to focus on the developer documentations. Okay, and now you have to focus on, maybe you can add some proper commenting or proper kind of running some code coverage tests. I mean, following proper coding styles. Okay, so proper for commenting and proper coding styles as well. Okay, after that, here as I told, review is by default. Okay, review goes by default for each and every task. Okay, so after this proper commenting and coding steps, what you have to do is you have to test and you have to uh, push the source code. It is not like push the final source. I mean, source, it is final. But what you have to do is after finishing each and every subtask, you need to push the source code. Okay, it is not like you have to push the source code only after completing all the tasks. It is not like that. It is like this. I mean, for each and after completion of each and every subtask, you need to push the source code to the Git. Okay, in your respective repositories. Okay, but I know that I'm also familiar. I mean, you guys also familiar with the code of context also. Okay, so for after completing each and every subtask, you need to push the source code, and after pushing each and every source code, you need to make sure that your mentor gets a notification, or you just ping them that we push the source code of this subtask, and they'll review and they'll get back to you. Okay, that is how the whole process should be there. So if you see here, if you see this, we got around 14 tasks, right? So now let us prepare a document for this uh, team. Okay, I won't I won't focus on. I mean, before preparing the document, I just wanted to make sure I mean uh, tell some things clearly that I'm not focusing on writing the whole content of the document. What I'm trying to focus is the flow of the document. Okay. So let me create a new document and let me share the screen. So I created a new document and we got a new screen. Okay. So I hope you guys is my screen visible, guys? Are you able to start? Are you able to get the flow? Or are you able to understand what I'm saying? Okay, great. Dhanush, fine. I need responses. I need responses so that I can continue. I mean, ACM teams, half of the work is being completed. They are going to get a template and everyone has to follow that same template. Hey guys, okay, fine. I'm going to start the diagram, the document. Okay, so let us focus on the document. So here the first thing is, what do we have? We have this. Okay, let me start. We will keep a kind of what I am trying to do is I'm focusing on just writing whatever comes in my mind. Okay, so sprint one. Okay, sprint one task. There is a title. Okay, so after that I'm going to focus on. After that I'm going to focus on what is the task. Okay, and what do we have current currently? What do we have currently? I mean, what you can say is, what do we have in the building block given? Uh, the building block given. Okay. What do? What is the future scope of the? What is the, maybe you can say, you can tell it like this. What is the sprint one scope of the given building block? I mean, how are we going to change that uh, building block? Okay, and uh, I mean, what do you say? Differences. Differences between the building block and the expected UI, expected UI by sprint one. Okay, and now what I will try to focus on is we can what do we can keep difference between the building block and expected UI, and also let me look through the diagram. So what else? What else? Okay, what is a task? What is a task? It is already covered, and breakdown of tasks. Breakdown of those tasks. Okay, and what else we need to focus on? Let us assume that breakdown of task has fixed the layout, fixed the tabs. Why am I opening this always? So I'll go through this Times New Roman. So there is the title. So there is the title, and this is the maybe I can keep it as heading one, and I'll keep all these as heading one, and breakdown of tasks. And what I'll do is I'll write some tasks. Fix the layout, fix the tags. Fix fix the layout, fix the tabs, and search style drop down. Okay, search and styles of items drop down. Okay, so these are the subtasks. So this is heading one, these are heading twos, and what I'll do is I'll keep it here and I'll insert a table of content, and I'll make sure that what is the task, what do we have in the building block, and what is the sprint. I mean, I'm just writing this whole sentence just because to make sure that you guys understand this. Okay, so we have this heading to fix the layout and fix the tab. Like that, I will add all the subtasks. Okay, and after that, what I will do is I will focus on inside this. What I will do is I will add another heading to that is overview. Okay, overview of each and every task. Okay, and maybe I'll also add some small diagram. Uh, Diagram. I can keep it as diagram. Okay, overview after overview diagram, and next what I'll do is each and every time what one should do is they should they should come and check through this table of contents. And if you are keep on watching this table, if you keep on watching this table of contents, you'll be able to understand, okay, if I add this thing it'll be good, if I add this thing it'll be more, even more clear. Okay, so this is heading 2, this is also heading 2. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make it as heading 3, and I'm going to make this also as heading 3, this also as heading 3. Okay, now if I start looking into the table of contents, now see we are getting some skeleton. So what is a task we have, and what do we have in the building block, and what is the sprint one scope, and differences between the building blocks. Okay, and the expected UI by sprint one, it is also there, breakdowning of those tasks. Okay, now in the breakdowning of task, what you are trying to write is you're just giving an overview and you're just giving a small diagram of the task. Okay, now we got this breakdown of the task. Now what I am trying to do is this fix the layout. This fix the layout is a subtask, right? It's a subtask. So what I can do is uh, we can write it like task one. Okay, task one, task. Okay, so and so we have task two. I'm not writing all tasks, but I'll tell you four. Okay, so fix the layout. To differentiate, I'm just keeping it as 2, 3, and 4. Actually, these are not the actual tasks, but I'm just trying to keep up the flow of what the document should look like. Okay. So now here, what we need to focus is we need to focus on. Wait. Before that, let me show you how the table of content is looking like now. Okay. See this. So now you break down the tasks. Those are the tasks. Okay. So now you're actually explaining each and every task. What is the scope of the task? What to do? How to do? Who are the assigned team members and all. Okay. So coming to this, yeah, what to do? What to do? Okay. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Let me paste this, and you can name it as like how to do. Okay. What should I know? How should I have to do? Maybe how. How is a good option. You can come up with some proper namings and all, but just try to understand the essence of what I am trying to be. Okay, so what to do, how to do, uh, who is the person handling this task, okay, who is a person or team member, okay, who is a person or team member, or else you can say that who are handling this task, who are the owner of this task. We can keep it like this. Who is the owner? Who are is fine. Who are the owners of this task? Okay, good. So now, what is the expected timeline? Okay, and what is the expected timeline to complete, to accomplish it? Okay, and who are the owners? It is fine. It is fine. Any UI or UX, maybe you can keep this in the starting itself. UI or UX diagrams, okay, or you can also keep like this. Overview is also there currently. So final dependencies, dependencies of this task. Okay, and next, what you want to focus is uh, where do you need the help in this task? Where do you need help in this task? I think we covered almost everything. Okay. Now the table of content is going to be very interesting. Yeah, guys, this thing repeats for the same. I mean, this whole thing repeats for the each and every task. So now tell me, yes. Now tell me, what do you feel about this table of content? Like, if anyone, whoever is looking through the document, will he be able to understand what you guys are doing actually? I am for each and every question. I'll be looking into the comments, so please respond to me. So yeah, guys, will someone be able to understand by seeing this document what is the exact task is so and so? You know? Come on, guys. I cannot. I'm not seeing. I'm not able to see any responses. Okay. So yeah, Sudeva. If you see here, let me also tell you. simple, interesting thing. What is this task? That is that you guys know. What is a building block given? All you can do is you can add the actual image. You can add the actual image or screenshot of the given module by your mentor. I mean, you guys got your respective modules, right? You can just add the screenshot of that. Okay, and here in this future scope or sprint one scope, you can add this. This is actually not good. You can add this screenshot. You can add this screenshot, and after that, difference between the building block and the UI expected UI, you can actually add this screenshot. This screenshot. There is a previous UI, the current scope, and the future scope. You can add these two events. So by studying through the document, one can understand the flow of the module or the task or the sprint. I mean, what you are going to do in the sprint one. So that is how people can evaluate or people can track the progress of yours. Okay. So yeah, that is a table of content which I wanted to discuss. Yep, guys. Do you have any questions? Like I'm going to answer the queries, and after that we will end this session. Okay, let us take 5 more minutes and answer the queries. Do you guys have any questions? No, no, no. Okay, then. Seems like everyone understood. No questions, Ruchi. Thank you, Sudeva. Thank you. Okay, then. I think we are good. I think we are good for this session. What you guys please take this document as a reference and try to follow the same format. That way, your mentors or the mentors whom you have been assigned to, they can understand and they can track you better by this document, and they can actually understand and they can understand the essence of what you're thinking of and what are your innovations and all. Yep. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.